You want to create videos, but you don't feel comfortable talking to a camera. You want to post short form and long form content online, but you don't feel confident about the videos you create. Because I have been in your shoes before, I'm going to share 12 tips you can use to feel confident and comfortable on camera so you can start posting content on social media and online in general. Tip number 1, before you start a task, pretend as if you're making a video for your audience to show them how to do that task. The point of this tip is to get you into the habit of explaining things and preparing to make a video on particular topics. Even if your channel or your social media account has nothing to do with these particular tasks, this is good practice you can use to again get you into the mindset of what you can do when it is time for you to create videos. Now, when I say pick a task and act as if you're going to make a video, I'm talking about any task that you do on a regular basis. This can include cooking a meal, changing out your HVAC filter, picking out an outfit for work, cleaning an area of your home. Whatever it is, pick a task and act as if you are going to make a video for your audience and show them how to complete that task. Let's take the outfit one, for example. Let's say that there's a skirt that you're planning to wear for your job tomorrow, and you wore this skirt about 2 weeks ago. However, you plan to style it differently. So when you get ready to do that, you're gonna act as if, again, you're making a video for your audience. You're gonna let them know, about 2 weeks ago, I wore this particular skirt to work, and this is how I styled it. You're gonna show the top that you wore with it. You're gonna show the accessories you wore with it. You're gonna show the shoes that you wore with it. And then you're gonna say, I have decided I'm going to style it differently for this week. And this is how I'm gonna change it up this time. Instead of that shirt, I'm gonna wear this top with it. I'm gonna wear these accessories, and I'm going to wear this pair of shoes with my outfit. And while you're doing all of this, you want to show the different pieces of the outfit. You want to explain your thought process of why you're choosing this top versus the other tops in your closet, why you're choosing this set of accessories versus the other set of accessories that you have in your jewelry box, why you're choosing this pair of shoes versus the other pairs of shoes that you have in your closet. You get the idea. You're making a video on how to style an outfit for work. You're showing your audience on how you can rewear the same skirt but make it a completely different look, a completely different outfit 2 weeks later. This will give your audience ideas and tips on how they can style their own clothes in the future. Even if your channel is not about fashion or style, that's not what you talk about. The point of this tip again is to get you into the habit of what is needed to do when you create a video. When you're creating videos, you're typically explaining things. You're typically sharing your thought process, your reasoning behind making certain decisions. And by explaining these tasks and acting as if you're making a video for your audience, you're getting into the habit of talking, of explaining, of sharing, even though you're not recording this for anyone to see. You're just gonna be talking, yes, to yourself and pretending as if you're making a video. So you might want to do this when no one else is around, when you don't have any family or friends around you, when it's just you in the house or you in the room. Just do this at a time where you have alone time and you can act as though you are completing a task and you're recording it and making a video for it for your audience, but you're actually not recording it, you're just talking through the process. Tip number 2, record videos on your phone, but don't post them. I want you to challenge yourself to record one video on your phone for 30 days straight, and your time frame for your videos will be 1 to 2 minutes. Now, if you go over 2 minutes, that's totally fine. That's wonderful if you can talk for more than 2 minutes straight on a particular topic. However, at a minimum, try to speak for at least 1 minute while the camera is continuously rolling. With the previous tip, you didn't have to record anything. You were simply talking out loud, explaining your process, explaining your thoughts and your logic. However, for this tip, you're actually going to turn on the camera and you're going to hit record. Now, as I said, you do not have to post these videos. These are only for you to see. If you hate all of them, you can delete them at the end of the 30 days. But if you happen to like any of them, then hey, you have some content you can post. Now, the point of this tip is to help with your camera presence. The first tip was to help you to get comfortable with talking and prepping to record a video. With this tip, you're going to practice recording videos. You're going to practice talking to the camera. You're going to practice explaining your thoughts, explaining a process, sharing information on camera. Now, you can do the same thing like you did with tip number 1. You can record videos about tasks that you have to complete, whether it's cooking a meal, it's completing housework, it's choosing an outfit for your job, whatever it may be. Those can be your topics for your 30 days. Or what you can do is pick something that you're very passionate about, something that you love to talk about with your friends, with your family, with anyone who will listen to you, and talk about those things for the 30 days. Remember, your time frame is only 1 to 2 minutes. You're going to turn on the camera, you're going to hit record, and speak for 1 to 2 minutes straight. You're going to start talking to the camera and act as if, again, you are speaking to an audience. If it helps, you can pretend as if you're making this video for a friend. So you can pretend that you're on FaceTime with a friend and you're talking about XYZ topic, or you're explaining something that happened throughout your day, or you're going to explain to them how to complete a certain task, or whatever it may be. So for 30 days straight, you're going to record one video every single day for 1 to 2 minutes, and you're going to talk about whatever you want. The only thing is you have to do it for 1 minute straight at minimum. If you go over the 2-minute mark, that's completely okay, but I want you to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. If at the end of the challenge you don't like any of the videos that you recorded, then you can just delete all of them. Nobody has to see them, nobody has to hear them, only you will know about the videos. But if you do find that you did like some of the videos you recorded, you can choose to share them on your social media accounts, or maybe on your Instagram story. Maybe when you're looking back at your videos, you didn't necessarily like the delivery of your video, but you liked some of the points that you shared, you liked some of the examples that you shared. Then what you can do is go back through those videos, write down those points, write down those examples and stories, and then you can recreate those videos later on and make them more to your taste, more to your liking. Tip number 3 is to post an Instagram story every day for 1 week. With the previous 2 tips, you were simply talking to yourself and making videos for only you to see. Now this time, I want you to actually post videos to your social media accounts, specifically Instagram. Now, why Instagram? Number 1, with Instagram stories, they only last for 24 hours unless you add them as a highlight. But if not, after 24 hours, your stories will disappear, so your audience will not see your post any longer. This is good if you're not used to posting videos online, if you're not used to talking to the camera, using your own voice, showing yourself on video. This is a good way to start getting comfortable. It's baby steps, because 1, you are going to show yourself on camera, you're going to use your own voice, but 2, it's not going to be permanent. It will disappear after 24 hours. Another thing with Instagram stories is that your Instagram stories don't necessarily have to be related to your niche or to whatever it is that you cover on your Instagram profile. So if your profile is all about how to style outfits for a corporate setting, or how to make easy dinners under 30 minutes or less for busy families, your Instagram stories don't always have to be related to those topics. You can change it up, you can share whatever you want. People typically go to other people's stories to learn more about that person, to see more behind the scenes of their life, of their business, of whatever it is their profile is typically about. They want to see more behind the scenes and get to know the creator behind the profile. So this is a great opportunity for you, again, to get some practice talking, and you don't have to be narrowed down to a particular topic, especially if you don't know what exactly it is you want your social media accounts to be about yet. However, if you do know what you want your social media accounts to be about, you already know who your target audience is, then your Instagram stories can be related to topics that your audience will find helpful. For this challenge, you're only posting one story every day for a week. You could also do this challenge using Facebook stories or Snapchat or another social media platform in which you know that your video will disappear after 24 hours or after a certain number of hours. It's not going to be permanent. It's not going to stay on your profile forever until you hit delete. It will automatically disappear after a certain number of time, after a certain amount of time. So pick whatever platform you want. I just recommend Instagram because that's a good starting platform and a lot of people already have Instagram. But if you don't, then you can use a different platform instead for this tip. Another thing that I like about Instagram is that it has a close friends feature. So if you feel way too anxious about even doing this tip where you really don't want your audience to see your stories, you're too nervous, you're too scared for that, then what you can do is set your stories to only be shared with your close friends. For your close friends on Instagram, you can decide who that is. You can add specific people on there. So maybe you have some friends on Instagram who you follow and who follow you back. You can add them as your close friends. So when you do this tip, when you execute this tip, only those people will see your Instagram stories. It won't go out to every single person who's following you or any person who just comes across your profile and decides to check out your stories. So that's another baby step you can take, is you can only share it to your close friends, or you can decide to share it to everyone who is following you and everyone who can see your profile, because it's only going to be there for 24 hours. So when you're deciding on what to post, it can be literally anything that you want it to be. Now this time your time frame can be, let's say, 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So I'm going to give you a bit more of range so you can speak for a minimum of 30 seconds. And here you only have to get on and really share one thought. It can be one tip, one hack, one lesson you learned. For a minimum of 30 seconds and up to 2 minutes, I want you to talk to the camera and share that on your Instagram story. Now with this tip, you can redo your story as many times as you want to, but I want you to challenge yourself to maybe only give yourself 2 or 3 tries max when you're recording this. Try to give yourself that framing of, if I mess up the first time I record, or maybe I'm not happy with the way I said something or I did something, I didn't like the way it looked, then I'm going to redo it, but I'm going to give myself a max of 3 tries. After the 3rd attempt, I've got to post what I have, because the more chances and the more leniency you give yourself, the longer you're going to put off the task, the more you're going to criticize your videos, and the less likely you are to actually post on your Instagram stories or your Facebook story or your Snapchat stories or whatever it is you're going to, whatever platform it is that you're going to be using for this tip. But this is just to get you comfortable, again, talking to the camera and also sharing your thoughts and your videos with people online, because the whole point of you watching this video is so you can build the confidence and the courage that is needed for you to create videos and post them online for other people to consume, for other people to benefit from. And in order for you to do that, you have to make them public, you have to post them online. So let's get into the habit of posting on our stories or posting on a platform in which we know the content will disappear after a certain amount of time. And this challenge is only for 1 week. The tip before this, the challenge was for 30 days straight. But for this one, I'm only going to challenge you to do it for 7 days. For 7 days, I want you to post an Instagram story or a Facebook story or something on Snapchat in which you're talking to the camera, you're sharing your thought, you're sharing a tip, you're sharing a lesson, you're talking about something, you're using your voice, you're showing yourself on camera, and I want you to post that for 7 days straight. Again, your time frame is 30 seconds minimum to up to 2 minutes. 30 seconds to 2 minutes every day for a week. Try it out and let me know how it goes. Tip number 4 is to create scripts or outlines for your videos and to use them to practice your material before you hit record. In a previous video, I talked about the importance of preparation, not only for us as content creators and speakers, but also for our audience. In order for us to create videos that are informative, engaging, and entertaining for us and our audience, we have to prepare well in advance. This means doing research on what topic we're going to talk about, the main points we want to share, what examples we want to use to back up our points, how we're going to start strong and end strong, etc. If you want to feel confident when it is time for you to hit record, then you have to know what it is you're going to talk about. Now, if you need to create a script for your video, that is totally fine. I know there are other content creators who will discourage you from using scripts because they claim that you'll sound robotic or that it may be too much. And in some cases, it can be too much for a person to try to memorize word for word on what they want to say when they're creating a video. Now, scripts can work perfectly fine for short form content such as Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and YouTube Shorts. For short form content, you only have a max of 1 minute for your videos. Therefore, scripts can work for this type of content. It's not going to come across as robotic, and it's easier for you to get away with using a script because you can record sentence by sentence. You can change up your shot for each sentence, or you can just hit record, say a sentence, stop recording, say the next sentence, etc. It comes across more clean, and it's a bit easier to do with short form content. Now, for long form content, it can be harder for you to use a script in which you have written out every single word that you want to share. For that type of content, yes, it can be hard for you to try to memorize things. However, this is specifically for people who have anxiety, who have trouble with recording and really putting themselves out there online. If a script is what will help you in the beginning, just to get your thoughts together, just to give you that courage to even hit record, then use it in the beginning. Over time though, what you can do is transition from using a script to using an outline. The difference is with the script, again, you're literally writing out word for word what it is that you want to say when you're recording a video. With an outline, you can write full sentences for certain things, but you're not writing down every single word and every single sentence that you're going to say in your video. Instead, what you can do with your outline is write down exactly what you want to say for your introduction, exactly what you want to say for your conclusion, what you want to say for your main points, maybe what your transitions are. But for everything in between, you're going to have bullet points. You're not going to have full sentences. You're not going to have word for word what it is that you're going to say, unless maybe it's a quote or statistics that you want to make sure that you are saying it correctly when it is time to record that portion. Outside of that, use an outline so that way you're organized, you know exactly what you want to talk about, you know exactly what examples you want to share, but you're not memorizing, you're not putting that much pressure on yourself to remember word for word what it is that you want to say. Again, this just depends on you as a content creator, as a speaker, and as a person. This will vary from individuals. Some people, they might need a script to get started. Other people, an outline will work just fine. For other people, maybe they just need a few bullet points and that's it. They don't even need to script out the introduction or the conclusion. Just write down little bullet points on a note card or on their phone and they're good to go. For others, they don't even need anything because they're so used to talking about a particular topic. At this point, they've got it in their memory. They've got it ingrained in their brain, so they really don't need any prep because they've already done the work beforehand. But for you, the person who's getting started, the one who's trying to find the courage, the confidence in order to create and post videos, start out with creating scripts or outlines for your videos and use them when it is time to practice your material and when it is time to hit record. The beautiful thing about pre-recorded content is that you can edit out things that you don't want people to see. When you're live, that's a different story. When you're speaking in front of an audience, or either in person or online live, you can't cut out the mistakes and the fluff and whatever it is that you don't want people to see. But when you're making a pre-recorded video, you can definitely edit out things. So if you mess up in between takes, that's okay. Nobody has to know unless you include it as bloopers like I do sometimes. But outside of that, nobody has to know. You can take out the mistakes, you can take out the rambles, you can take out the repeated things that you said. Nobody has to know. You can you can feel free to mess up. And in between your takes, you can go to your phone, you can grab your phone if you have your notes on there and look at it to jog your memory of this is what I want to say, this is my next point, this is the example I want to bring up, and then continue recording until you're done with your video. And you can fix all of this when it's time to edit. Okay, so don't worry about it too much when you're in the process of recording. Just as long as you have something with you that you can reference while you are recording and that you can use while you practice before you even hit record, you will be just fine when it is time for you to record your videos. Tip number 5 is to practice your videos in front of a mirror. That way you can see your facial expressions and your body language, and you can gauge how well you use your hands, how well you use your face to express how it is you're feeling, what it is you're talking about, and just how you will look when it's time to hit record on your camera. This is a great way to practice your material before you even hit record, so that way if you don't want to have footage of you messing up, you can practice your material out loud in front of the mirror. That way you know, okay, when it's time, I gotta look directly when it's time to hit record, so I need to make eye contact. When I'm talking about a point, maybe I want to exaggerate my body language a little bit to emphasize something. Now for this tip, we don't want to plan our body language too much to the point where we can't come across as robotic when it's time to hit record, but at least you'll see and you'll get an idea of how you naturally act, how you naturally move when you do talk, how you naturally act when it is time for you to speak, when it's time for you to create videos. So for this tip, you can practice in front of a mirror, maybe the mirror in your bathroom, the mirror in your bedroom. If you have a full-length mirror, that's even better because then you can see your full body language. But if not, you can simply use a mirror in which you can see at least from the chest up, and use that to, again, make eye contact, look at yourself, act as if you're talking to someone else and you're explaining something, you're giving a speech on a particular topic, you're making a video on a particular topic, and speak to the mirror. Act as if you're talking to someone and pay attention to how your facial expressions are, pay attention to what you do with your hands, pay attention to, are you moving, are you rocking, are you stiff? Pay attention to those things as you are practicing in front of a mirror. Tip number 6 is to create a mix of voiceovers and talking to camera videos. You can start by creating short form videos and then move on to creating long form videos once you feel comfortable creating short form videos. Remember, short form videos are typically 1 minute or less, and these will be posted on Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Now for this tip, again, we're mixing up the type of content that you're going to create. For some videos, you're going to talk to the camera. So you're going to create a video in which you are talking to the camera like I'm doing right now. You can either be maybe up close a little bit, holding your camera, talking like this. You can have it where it's more outward, and of course you want to have it vertical when you're doing short form content. Regardless of how you film it, if you do a wide shot, if you do a close-up shot, if you do a medium shot, you're going to speak into the camera. You're going to talk directly to the camera as if you're talking to a person, and create videos that way for some of the videos. Now for other videos that you create, you can do voiceovers. So with voiceovers, all you really need to do is record your voice, so you don't have to be talking to the camera for this. Or you could, maybe if you want to use a script for this particular one, scripts can work well for short form content. You can read a script as you're recording it, but what you're going to do is you're going to layer that footage with B-roll. So right now what you're seeing is A-roll footage because I am talking to the camera. You can see me and I'm speaking directly to the camera. That is considered A-roll. So B-roll footage is pretty much footage in which you're not talking to the camera. You don't even have to be in the shot for B-roll. It could be footage of your background, maybe of a lake. It can be of your tools. It can be of your home. It can be of whatever it is your video topic is on. You're showing footage of that subject matter instead of you talking to the camera. So for this type of content, you're still going to be using your voice, you're still going to be talking, you're not using training audio, you're not using someone else's audio, you're not using someone else's voice, you're using your own voice, you're using and creating original content, but you're gonna layer that voiceover recording with B-roll footage, okay? And you wanna make sure that your B-roll shots are varied. You wanna have shots of different things from different angles that are related to your video, or it doesn't necessarily have to be related to your video per se. If it's an inspirational video, for example, your B-roll footage doesn't have to be directly related to it, but if you can make it related to your topic, then that's great. Again, for this tip, we're creating a mixture of talking to camera videos and voiceover videos. This is going to help you, again, get more comfortable with speaking directly to the camera, and it'll also give you a chance to create different types of content for your audience to consume. So for those days where you don't feel like getting dressed up to record a video, and when I say dressed up, I don't mean that you go to the full nines as if you're going out to a special event, but of course you want to look presentable. If you don't feel like getting on camera to record something, then you can do voiceovers instead. Voiceover videos are effective, and they are a way that you can still connect with your audience since you're still using your own voice. You're sharing your own thoughts, your own opinions, your own information, your own lessons. It's just that instead of you showing A-roll footage, like how I'm doing right now, you're gonna layer your voiceover recording with B-roll footage. So start by creating these types of videos for short form platforms such as Reels and Shorts, and then you can move on to creating it for long form platforms such as YouTube, even Instagram, Rumble, Odyssey, whatever it may be. So start off by creating short videos, 1 minute or less, and then longer videos, and mix it up so you can switch between talking to the camera directly and then having it where it's just your voice and you're showing footage of something else instead. Tip number 7, wear an outfit that makes you feel confident. You've probably heard this saying that when you look good, you feel good. So we want to apply this tip when we are creating videos. Wear something that you feel confident and comfortable in. For me, I like to wear dresses and long tops with loose pants. So that's exactly how I dress when it's time for me to create videos. These are the types of outfits I wear off camera when I'm going about my life in person. So that's how I dress when I'm recording videos. For you, maybe you also like dresses, or maybe you prefer skirts with blouses. Maybe you like to wear graphic tees with jeans, or maybe you have some sweatsuits or jumpsuits that you like to wear. Whatever outfit makes you feel confident and comfortable, wear that when you are creating videos. Now, if you make videos on a topic that's more professional or corporate, such as maybe real estate videos, and you typically see people wearing suits, but you're not a suit person yourself, then don't wear suits. You can still look professional and classy and put together with different types of outfits. You can wear blouses and skirts. You can wear business casual instead of business professional. Now, if you are someone who likes the suits and the business professional attire, then wear that when you create your videos. But if you're someone who likes something that's more casual and laid back, then wear that type of outfit when it's time to create your videos. Whatever outfit makes you feel confident, whatever outfit makes you feel comfortable, whatever outfit will help you to feel excited to record a video that day, wear that outfit, okay? Look nice so you can feel nice. Tip number 8, record in an area in which you like the background and the lighting. This could be an area in your room, such as your living room or an office. It could be at a park, like where I'm at right now. It could be at your local library. It could even be in your car. Wherever you choose to record your videos, make sure that you're comfortable with the background that is going to be shown in your shot, in your angle. You also want to make sure that the area that you record in has good natural lighting. Now, you can use artificial lighting in order to improve the lighting situation for your video setup, and I'll touch more on this in another point. But for this tip, for now, you can focus on an area in which there's already a good source of natural lighting. So this could be near a window in your home, in your car, the lighting is usually good. You just have to position your car in a way in which the lighting will be coming through the right way. Or you can go outside, but even when you're outside, you want to make sure you're recording in an area where it's not too much shade or the sun is not showing too harshly on you as well. I've had that problem throughout this process of recording this video, where the sun was just too harsh or there was just too much shade, it looked cloudy. Regardless of where you record your videos, you want to make sure that you feel comfortable as you're recording your videos. You don't want to be too self-conscious about, oh my goodness, I don't want people to see the mess in my background. Oh my goodness, I don't want people to see the garbage in the park in my background. You don't want to be focused on that. So when you're selecting the area to record in, choose an area again in which you like what the frame is going to show. It has good lighting and where you can be unbothered. If you don't want to be bothered by your family or people surrounded by you, then just go to an area in which there aren't a lot of people. For example, although there are people here at the park, I chose different spots in different areas in which there are not a lot of people around. They're spread out throughout the park right now, but they're not right where I'm at. Well, until this moment. The point of this tip is you just want to feel comfortable as you're recording. You don't want to focus too much on your surroundings. You don't want to focus too much on, is the lighting going to change? Is the lighting even good? You want to have all that set up when you choose the area in which you're going to record in. And it's also good to pick an area in which you can change up your shots. So that way, if you want to add some variety in your videos, you don't want it to be in the same spot for the entire video, or maybe for every single video that you have on your channel or your social media account, then choose an area in which you can switch up the angles. For example, I'm recording in this area here, and I've already recorded different tips in this one section of the park. I just changed up my camera angle, but I'm still within the same area. So choose an area in which you can show different parts of the room or different parts of the setting that you're in, to change up your angles, to change up your viewpoint, to change up your background frame, to add more variety to your videos, and just to make it more interesting overall. Tip number 9, focus more on the content quality instead of the production quality when you start creating videos. What I mean is, whatever you promise in the title of your video and the thumbnail of your video, you need to deliver on that promise within your videos. As I was scrolling on YouTube one day, I came across this video titled How to Start a Vending Machine Business. I clicked on it because I'm interested in learning more about that topic. When I watched the video, I noticed that the production value was high, but the content quality was low. The audio was good, the lighting was good, the content creator changed up their shots and their angles. They showed one of their vending machines and the process of them restocking it and cleaning it, as well as emptying out the money that was in it. So in terms of visuals, in terms of the tech that was used to create this video, the production quality was high. However, the content quality was low because the creator did not deliver on the promise that was in the title of the video. Remember, the title was How to Start a Vending Machine Business. Even though that was the title, they did not talk about actionable steps and actionable tips a person could take in order to start their own vending machine business. Instead, the creator talked about securing another location for their vending machine business. They talked about restocking their vending machine and making sure that it looks presentable every time they go to check on it. They clean it up, they take out whatever money is in it, and they make sure that the area is clean. However, throughout the entire video, they did not share any actionable tips on how to start a vending machine business. Instead, they promoted an ebook that they created that teaches people how to start a vending machine business. Essentially, their title was clickbait. It did not deliver on the promise. They did not talk about how to start a vending machine business. In fact, the whole point of the video was really to promote their ebook. And that would have been fine if they had shared some information on how to start a vending machine business within the actual video. Because if you're not going to do that as a creator, then you shouldn't be titling your videos in that way. When you do so and someone clicks on your video and they see that it's clickbait, that you're not delivering on your promise, that viewer is less likely to watch any more of your content, any more of your videos, because you've lost their trust and you've lost credibility in their eyes. We don't want to make this mistake as content creators. So in order to do that, we need to make sure our content quality is high and focus more on that versus our production quality. But when we're focusing on the content quality, we want to make sure that we're sharing information that is relevant to our target audience. We want to solve their problems. We want to share tips and lessons that will help them on a particular topic. We want to share our information in a way that is easily digestible. We don't want to speak in a way in which we're using a lot of jargon or acronyms that a beginner wouldn't understand. We want to speak in a way that is clear, that is easy to understand, that is easy to follow along. Content quality also refers to the organization of our videos. Your introduction, your main points, and your conclusion should be easy to distinguish from one another. We should be able to tell when you are switching from one point to another. For your main points, you want to make sure that you're sharing examples or stories or research, some kind of information to back it up and make it even more interesting. That's what I mean when I say content quality. Now, as time progresses and as your budget allows, you can focus on upgrading your production quality. So that could look like buying an external microphone that you could wear so you can move around more in your videos and you don't have to be stuck to recording in a spot that is so close to your camera because your microphone is attached to your camera. Instead, you can use an external microphone that will allow you to walk around and change up your shots and change up your angles. Production quality could also refer to your lighting. You could invest in some softbox lightings, a ring light, a clip-on light, some kind of lighting that will help to improve the visual quality of your videos. That's what I mean in terms of production quality. But in the beginning, you want to focus more on your content quality. You want to make sure that you're providing some type of value for your audience, whether it's information that can help solve problems or teach them how to do something. Maybe it's some form of entertainment that will help to lighten their mood and make them laugh and have a good time as they're watching your video. Regardless of whatever type of value you provide, you should be providing some type of value and delivering on the promise that is in your title and your thumbnails or your cover stories if we're talking about reels or shorts. Tip number 10, film the introduction and the conclusion of your video on camera, but for the body of the video, you can do a screen recording with audio only. Like some of the other tips I shared, the point of this tip is to get you comfortable with talking, explaining things, and being on camera at times. If you still feel some anxiety when you have to film yourself or when it's time to post your video, then you can switch up the style to help ease some of that anxiety. One way is to use a method in which you're on camera for the introduction of your video and the conclusion of the video, but for the body of the video, you're going to show a screen recording. This type of content format is great for tutorials. You can do a screen recording to show your audience how to create a presentation using Microsoft PowerPoint or Canva. You can show your audience how to build a website using WordPress or Squarespace or Weebly or some other platform. You can show your audience how to book flights using their credit card points. Regardless of your niche or content pillars, you can find at least one topic in which you can use this content format for. I actually have used this content format on this channel. So I did 2 tutorials on the free Toast Host platform, and each of those videos I filmed myself talking to the camera for my introduction and my conclusion of the video. But for the body of the video, I recorded my computer screen so I could show my audience how to do certain things with the free Toast Host platform. I was not on screen for that portion of the video. However, you could hear me as I was explaining the steps and the information related to that tutorial. So this is something that you can do. You can show a tutorial that you can complete on your computer and record your screen so that only the audio is being recorded as well as your screen, but not the video. And you can piece it together so your video will show you on camera in the beginning, it'll show your screen recording in the middle, and then it'll show you again on camera at the end for you to close out your video. You could also switch out the screen recording for B-roll footage. So let's say that you want to create a video on how to change a flat tire. Well, you'd film your intro with you talking to the camera saying, in this video, I'm going to show you how to change a flat tire in 10 minutes or less, something like that. And then at the end, you can just recap your points and talk to the camera when you're recapping your points. However, for the body of the video, you can set your camera up to record you as you are actually changing a flat tire on a car. Then later on, you can record a portion in which you're talking through the steps, or you can even do this while you're recording the footage. But when you go through the editing process, you can overlay that part with some B-roll of you changing out the flat tire. Maybe you can have some close-up shots so people can see even better what tools you're using, what exactly you're doing for particular steps, so they can make sure if they follow your tutorial, they'll do it the correct way. This content format can be used for different industries, different niches, different topics. It doesn't matter. The point of this is to switch up your content style, get you still talking, using your own voice on camera, and getting you to show up on camera in some way, just not for the entire video. It's good to throw in this type of video again if maybe you don't feel up to recording yourself for the entire video, or you feel it would be more effective for you to show a screen recording or maybe some B-roll footage of what it is that you want your audience to focus on. So try this content format next time that you want to create a video. Tip number 11, use visual aids to help you stay organized when you record a video. In an earlier tip, I mentioned using scripts and outlines in order to help you to remember what you want to talk about and for you to stay organized when you're filming a video. You could glance at your script or outline in between takes, or even while you're recording a certain shot or a certain segment for your video. With this tip, instead of you having to stop to look at your script or look at your outline to remember what it is you want to say, you can have visual aids that will give you that hint of what you need to talk about next. Your visual aids can be anything that you want it to be. That includes sticky notes, note cards, a dry erase board, PowerPoint slides, a poster, whatever it is that you want to use to help you stay organized with your presentation. Let's go back to an earlier example in which I talked about styling an outfit. So for that type of video, your visual aids will be your different parts of your outfit. It will be your top, your bottom, your accessories, your shoes. That is what you can use to help you stay organized on what it is you're going to talk about. If you want to film a video on how to cook a certain meal, your ingredients, the steps that are needed to cook this meal, those are going to be your visual aids and your cues on what to talk about next. This includes like your pots and pans, your ingredients. Are you going to use an oven, the stove, an air fryer? All of these are visual aids because you're going to show them in the video. They're going to help your audience to understand what you're talking about, but they also help you as the creator to stay on topic and to stay organized on, I need to mention this, I need to point out that, I need to explain my thought process on using this versus that. It will help you to stay organized, and it will help you to stay on track when it's time to record your video. Your visual aids can even be posters. You can have your sticky notes or some note cards or some posters that you hold up when you're transitioning from point to point. So when you have your next point, you'll have your poster, and then you'll hold it up to the camera and you'll say da 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 da. You know, you don't have to be like, my next point is. You can if you want to, but whatever your topic is, you'll mention the point, you're showing it, the visual aid, and that cue right there helps you to remember, okay, this is my next point, this is what I got to talk about. So that way, you don't have to necessarily rely on a script or an outline. You can move away with that with other form of notes that are less obvious, because nobody's gonna think that your clothes or your accessories or your ingredients are notes. They're just visual aids that you're using to help explain your process, to drive home a point about what it is you're discussing in your videos. So visual aids are a good form of notes. They're less obvious. They don't scream, oh, I'm using notes per se, depending on how you use them. Now, if you fill them up, for example, if you fill up your dry erase board with lots and lots of notes, then it becomes obvious. But if you start off with a blank dry erase board and you start writing things on there and you show a close-up shot of it, so your audience can see what you're writing on there, then that's a bit different. Or maybe you just have your main points written on there, but you don't have all the details written on there. So it's not as obvious, but it does help you to stay organized. I used a PowerPoint presentation for one of my videos that I did. I did a review on the Starter Legal Bundle, which is a digital product. And in that video, I filmed myself talking to the camera in the introduction, and I filmed myself talking to the camera for the conclusion. But for the body of the video, I showed my PowerPoint presentation. And on there, it had my main points. It had the pros, the cons, and the alternatives that I wanted to cover in that review. So this goes hand in hand with the previous tip that I mentioned, in which you don't have to be on screen the entire time. Depending on what visual aid you use, you can be on screen the entire time. If you're showing a PowerPoint presentation, you can set it up where it records your video as well, or you can have it where it's just recording the screen and your audio. It's up to you. It's up to the content format that you're going for and what you're comfortable doing for that particular video. But that is one example, and it's not so obvious, especially if you don't put all of your information on there, because I didn't have all of my information on there. I had my main points, and I could have even made it shorter too if I wanted to, so it could be even less obvious. But for that particular video, I wanted it set up that way. But like I said, visual aids are a good form of notes, and there are less obvious form of notes that can help you stay organized and on track when it comes to creating your videos. Tip number 12, remind yourself that your target audience needs to hear your message or watch your video on a particular topic. It doesn't matter if dozens of content creators have already made a video about a particular topic or subject matter. Your audience hasn't seen your version of that video yet. You might feel as though it's pointless to create another video on how to make XYZ recipe, or how to fix XYZ, or lessons that you learned throughout your life, because people have already made videos on those topics. The thing is, people haven't heard your version of it. Your background, your perspective, your experience, your thought process, all of those may be different from the other content creators who've already made videos on that particular topic. Therefore, the fact that other people have created videos about that topic shouldn't stop you from creating a video on a similar topic. Your audience needs to hear a message from you. Your audience needs to learn about a topic from you, regardless of how many people have already shared the same message or have talked about a particular topic. As I was scrolling on YouTube the other day, I came across a video that was similar to the topic of this. Someone else made a video on how to be confident on camera. Other creators have made videos on how to be confident on camera, yet here I am creating my own version on how you can be confident and comfortable on camera. I didn't allow that to stop me from creating my own version of this topic, because I know that my experience is different from other content creators. For example, I deal with anxiety. Other people don't deal with anxiety. They might deal with nervousness. They might have to had work on their organization. They might have had to work on their camera presence, looking directly into the camera lens, using hand gestures, their production quality, etc. However, they may not have had to deal with the same obstacles I have had to deal with when it comes to my public speaking journey and when it comes to my content creator journey. That's why I didn't allow it to stop me, because even if some of our tips are similar, the way we explain it, the way we share our stories with others is going to be different. That is something you need to remember. Lately on YouTube, I've been seeing a lot of videos pop up about people's YouTube journeys and their monetization processes and how YouTube as a social media platform has changed their life in general. And guess what? I've watched dozens of those videos. You might be thinking, why are you watching dozens of those videos? It's the same topic. Yes, but the creators are all different. Some of the creators are retired and now they're getting started on YouTube because they want to make extra money or they want something else to do while they are retired. For others, they have just started a YouTube channel and they got monetized within their first year. For other people, they've been on YouTube for 3+ years, they posted hundreds of videos and they're still not monetized, and they're sharing their journey and their process of how they plan to get monetized soon. Everyone's journey is different because their experiences are different, their backgrounds are different, their processes are different, their perspectives are different. Do you see that even though we have dozens of people creating a video on the same topic, the delivery is different each time because all content creators are not alike. We all have our own stories. We all have our own unique perspectives on topics in life in general. So don't allow that to stop you. Don't allow people who say, oh, YouTube is saturated, oh, Instagram is saturated, or this niche is saturated, or this topic is too saturated. Don't allow that type of feedback to stop you from creating videos that could benefit your target audience. It doesn't matter if hundreds of people have already made videos on a particular topic, if hundreds of people have already shown how to solve a specific problem. It doesn't matter if hundreds of people have shared lessons they've learned throughout their lives. People have not heard your version of that topic yet. So your videos are needed. So make those videos. So far, I have shared 12 tips you can use to feel more confident and comfortable on camera. I have one last bonus tip that I want to share with you. That tip is to put yourself in a position where you can continue to practice creating videos and receiving feedback. So when it comes to improving as a content creator and as a speaker, it's important for us to practice our craft, to receive feedback, and to apply that feedback. Now, when you post videos online, you will receive feedback from your audience if they choose to leave comments on your videos or if they choose to send you a direct message. However, if you're just starting out with building a platform and building a following and a community, it can take some time for you to receive comments, which means it'll take some time for you to receive feedback on how well you're doing with your videos and what can be improved. In the meantime, if you want to receive feedback, then I would suggest doing one of the 3 following. You can sign up for a public speaking course or a public speaking workshop that is offered at a local college or a community center. You can join a speech organization such as Toastmasters and sign up to give prepared speeches at their meetings. Or you can ask someone to be your public speaking or video coach / mentor. Regardless of which route that you take, make sure that 1, you're constantly practicing your communication skills and your video creation skills, and 2, you are receiving and applying feedback. Now, in a previous video, I did talk about the triple replay method, which is something you can use to do a self-evaluation. We do want to evaluate ourselves too as content creators. We don't just want to rely on what other people say. We also want to take note of what we notice about the way we speak, about the way we create our videos, about the way we edit, etc. So you can use the triple replay method when you're doing a self-evaluation for your own videos. Equally, it's important for us to ask for feedback from other people. So you could ask your friends, you could ask trusted family members, you could ask people in a speech organization, you could get a mentor and ask them for feedback. Regardless of how you go about this route, make sure that you are getting feedback on your content so you can continue to grow and improve as a content creator. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the entire video. I appreciate it, and I hope you found some value in this video. If you would like to learn some more tips and lessons from me that are related to public speaking and content creation, then I invite you to join my VIP email list. The link to subscribe is in the description below. Also, I really know how to pick locations, like the right background, the right time, right? When people are mowing lawns, when the water just looks so, like, I don't remember the water being this dirty, but it is what it is. But let me just fix myself real quick. So it's not always the best to record in the park because there's so many bugs and it is so hot outside. I'm clearly starting to lose my voice because I had to do several takes for tip number 9. I was recording in another spot and it was getting really hot. The sun was really shining on me and my phone even got so hot that it stopped recording. It just turned off. It said that it had to cool down first. So it's not just me, it is really hot outside, and you might be thinking, Jessica, why are you recording outside when you know it's so hot? Because look at the scenery, like, it's so beautiful and it's so easy to change up my angles and my backgrounds and get some beautiful shots. So that's why I like recording in nature. I like nature, I like looking at the water and the trees, but I don't like the heat. I don't like the heat. I was sweating a lot too in that shot, and then I had to keep saying it over and over. Extra bonus tip. Do not record outside during the summertime because it is extremely hot. There's a lot of noise. You can probably hear the cars and the planes and a lot of animals out here. It's just, the scenery is beautiful, but it's a mess. It's a mess out here.